I usually start with primer. You guys know that. I usually start with primer. But today we are going to start with this Proactive Solution Green Tea Moisturizer. Take my Revlon Color Stay Normal to Dry. Maybe that's what my problem is. Normal to Dry SPF 20 foundation. And I am going to take my large oval brush. We're just gonna slap that on here. It is really light. I'm pretty horrible at contouring, so I like to do the lightest colored foundation. In there. And then we're just gonna spread it around a little bit using the same large oval brush. We're not actually going to smear it because it makes it look smudged, and we don't want to do that. So we're not going to drag it around the face. We're definitely going to drag it onto the neck though. We're not going to drag it around the face. We are just going to press it, and then we're going to move over to our Beauty Blender sponge. This is just a cheap Dollar General sponge because we can't all be James Charles, can we? So we're after foundation, we're going to move to a little bit of concealer, so I'll get that here real fast. Alright, so we are going to use a mixture of the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous here, and a mixture of the Almay Clear Complexion here. So this one is a darker complexion than this one, so if I mix them together it doesn't look too light. So we're just gonna put it on here under the eyes. And then we're going to go back over it with the Almay. Just gonna darken it up a little bit. We're done with this one because the other spots we actually want to be lighter. So we're gonna go ahead and put some here. Don't go too far down on the nose because that's where you're going to want your highlight to be. And then some here. Lighten up the chin area. And then we're going to put a little bit down here as well, because this will be about underneath where we're going to put our contour later. So then we're just going to take our beauty sponge again, and we are just going to blend that in to the foundation. Alright, so we are going to be doing a lot of powders up here for the mask. So we are actually going to use a contour stick. This is like a gel set it formula. Here. It is wet and start up in the corners of the hairline up here. Okay, and then after we get that, we're going to go from our ear to there, from our ear to there, and then we're going to go a little bit up this way and a little bit up this way. So that's just going to blend that in real nice to the forehead. We don't do our jawline because, let's be honest, that makes us look like we have a mask because we do not have good enough blending options. So blend it up into the forehead. So take this and go up here a little bit with it, and then drag it down as much as possible into the hairline, because remember, we want that to look like it's our face. Okay, Okay, next we are going to move on to our eyebrows. I do have just this regular eyeliner that we're going to use for our eyebrows. Probably not the best idea, but that's okay. We're going to start with this Pop Fuel. So we're just going to pop a little bit of this on there to kind of set it in place. I like to set my eyebrows. I know they look more fake that way, but what can you do? Alright, so we've got the full coverage on there. Now we're going to brush them out just a little bit. Color them in. So for this, I just like to put a little bit of color in it. Not too much. Just a little bit. We are going to go ahead and cover that gash right there in the eyebrow. And then I brush them again to kind of smear that color out. Okay, so next we are going to skip the eyes for now because that will be a part of our mask. So next we are just going to give it a little spritzy ditzy. I have Broadway Colors Setting Spray 24-hour long last. I don't think it's actually 24-hour long last, but I'm going to go ahead and give a little spritzy ditzy anyways. Okay, so this is, again, just a regular palette. It's not a James Charles palette. I am sorry, I am poor. So we have a 120 color palette eyeshadow by BH Cosmetics, 4th edition. So for this, we are going to be using these blues. Where are they at? Okay, these blues and these greens. And then we are also going to be using these blues, like these ones, these greens, and these blacks. When I get back in there, we're going to get a lot on there because we're going to want to cover this entire face. So we're just going to do this.
As you can tell, we are not brushing this color on, we are just dabbing this color on. I feel like the brush strokes that you make to brush colors on just leave it streaky and god-awful, and this formula is not the best formula, if I may say. So, we are just going to dab it on, and then after we're done, we'll go in and we'll blend it in with the skin, because I feel it is easier to blend the dab marks out.
Okay, so we are going to come in here with a green now. We are going to do a darker green, and we're just going to layer. Okay, next we're going to dab into this purple. We don't want too dark. We're going to dab into this purple right here, and we're going to layer that on with the blues and greens. So okay, so now that we've got that dabbed on a little bit, we are going to try to blend it out as much as possible to make it look like it's not all just slapped on there. So, okay, so I did go ahead and blend that out off camera. So here it is blended. It looks a lot better. You guys really can't tell. Oh my god, I hate that. Okay, so next off, we are going to We are going to line our eyes with, it's like an aqua color. And we have this, but we're not using that. So it is Avon Color Definition Eye Duo. So this is like, it's kind of like a green, it's like an aqua, so we're just gonna, and then we are going to use this color because it is a green. You can't really tell, but it is a green, and we're just gonna put that, okay, we need the brush. We should have used the brush. We're gonna put that under the eye here to give it a little bit of a glow. Okay, next we're going to do highlighting. So I have a Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighting powder. Not gonna lie, I'm not a big fan of this, but we're gonna use it anyways because we need a little bit of a glow. So we're going to put some on.